See, the problem is.
But at this point of time, do you think the army chief is asking for another 10 months? I mean, that's what his motive is.
That is the only aim. There is second aim also.
Okay.
The second aim is he had created a Sukhna land scam named case.
Okay.
Whether there was no Sukhna land scam. Now, General Patnaik, Army Commander, Northern Command, he was the corps commander. He was made presiding officer of the court of inquiry.
Okay.
And General Rath and General Avdesh Prakash was got blamed and court-martialed. Now, it is a payback system also. That you helped me in becoming chief. I will help you in becoming chief.
I think that's stretching it a bit too far. I think we are attributing motives to,
No, with the motive only, Sukhna case was created. There was no other reason. Why General Avdesh was court-martialed and ultimately...
But Colonel Agarwal, some people even say that the previous, one of the previous chiefs actually, made a line of succession, and he did not give relief to General V.K. Singh so that his, chosen person could become the chief.
No.
That's another argument.
He had never applied. He had never applied for change of date of birth, because if he had applied, then a relief is to be given not by General Deepak Kapoor or General J.J. Singh, but a relief is to be given by the government of India as per para 138.
Okay.
So chief cannot stop him. And even now, for next chief, government committee, ACC will consider 3 officers, not 1 army commander. General Bikram Singh is not the only one to be considered. 3 will be considered. Whosoever is found fit, if all the 3 are fit, seniority will prevail.
Okay, let me come back to you in a little while. It's time for a short break now. On return, we will continue the discussion on the Supreme Court decision on the Army Chief's age controversy. Welcome back. We are discussing the row over the Army Chief's age and the possible fallout. We have 1 or 2 callers with us. Let's hear what they have to say. Yes, please. Please say your name and what is the point that you wish to make. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me, please?
ਹਾਂਜੀ I hear you.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, please. Let's hear what you have to say.
ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਤੇ ਜਨਰਲ ਨੇ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਸੈਟਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ ਆਮ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੈਟਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਔਰ ਜਨਰਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਬਿਠਾ ਕੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਰਮੀ ਹੈੱਡਕੁਆਰਟਰਸ ਔਰ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰੀ ਆਫ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਰਿਜ਼ੋਲਵ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ ਇਸ਼ੂ
ਹਾਂ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਮਾਡਲ ਆਰਮੀ ਦਾ ਮਾਡਲ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ
ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ एक और साढ़े कॉलर जुड़े लेट्स हेयर व्हाट ही हैज टू से जी हेलो
हाँ जी हेलो जी
हाँ जी प्लीज से व्हाट यू विश टू से
हाँ जी
की कहना चाहो तुसी
ਅੱਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ
ਜੀ
ਅਸੀਂ
ਹੈਲੋ
ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ
ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਰਮੀ ਤੋਂ ਰਿਟਾਇਰ ਤਾਂ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਰਿਟਾਇਰ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆਰਮੀ ਚੋਂ
ਜੀ
ਨਹੀਂ
ਆਪਣੇ ਟੀਵੀ ਦਾ ਵੋਲਿਊਮ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੌਲੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣੂਗੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਤਾ ਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਤਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਛਪਾਈ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਪਾਰਟ ਵਾਟਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ
ਜੀ
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੀਓ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੇ ਖੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਟੇਬਲ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸੀਓ ਦੇ
ਜੀ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਪਾਰਟ ਵਾਟਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਇਆ
ਜੀ
ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਜਰਨਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਰਨਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਰਟ ਵਾਟਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਏ ਇਹ ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਜੀ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਹਦੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ हाँ जी
जी बिल्कुल ठीक है जी थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस Brigadier Dhillon, now what happens after this? Is there a possibility that the government itself might accept 1951 as its date of birth because it has withdrawn its December 30 order?
उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट नहीं करनी लेकिन ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 1-2 ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਮਾੜੀ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਦੱਸੋ
ਪਹਿਲੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਗੱਲ ਆਖੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਰਮੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਾਰਟ 2 ਆਰਡਰ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਐਡਜੂਟੈਂਟ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਦਮੀ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਆ ਤੇਰਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਆ
ਜੀ
ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਫਸਰਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਖੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਰਮੀ ਹੈੱਡਕੁਆਰਟਰ ਦਾ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਏਜੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਐਮਐਸ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਦਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਗਲਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਦਾ ਸਰਟੀਫਿਕੇਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਭਾਈ ਵੇਖੋ ਇਹਦਾ ਜਨਮ 1951 ਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਮਸਲਾ ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ ਹੱਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਏਜੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਤੇ ਐਮਐਸ ਤੇ। ਇੱਕ ਜਵਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਡੇਟ ਆਫ ਬਰਥ ਕਰੈਕਟ
ਢਿੱਲੋਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਆ, ਕੋਈ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਤਦੇ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰਿਜ਼ੋਲਵ ਕਰਨਾ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਏਜੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਮੇਨ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਜੀ।
ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਹੈ। ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਐਡਜੂਟੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਖੜਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਪਾਰਟ 2 ਆਰਡਰ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਤੇਰਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਆ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੇਖਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਮਜ਼ੋਰੀ ਔਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਰਨੈਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਏਜੀ ਤੇ ਐਮਐਸ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਮਸਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਹੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਕੋਰ ਕਮਾਂਡਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਦਬਾਅ ਪਾਇਆ ਤੂੰ ਮੰਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਡੇਟ 1950 ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
जी,
I am sorry, I differ with him.
जी,
As far as the record is concerned, AG branch is holding the record only up to the commissioning time. Thereafter, the entire record is maintained only in the military secretary branch. Every year, army list is published. General V.K. Singh would have seen the army list more than 1,000 times during his service. Didn't he see his date of birth?
but it is not mandatory for an officer to look at his army list.
No, it is mandatory. If it is wrong, I am supposed to represent and get it amended.
It's not mandatory, I agree with you. But the
They
system,
normally would look at it.
everybody has it. Moment you become a lieutenant colonel, on your desk which is next to you where you have a morning tea, army list is lying there.
You are looking future hierarchy.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, General Randhawa, tell me now, what happens now? Do you think the General V.K. Singh's position has become untenable? He should perhaps resign and go home?
That's like, I personally feel it's a defeated attitude. He should not resign. He should continue working because I can tell you now, he has a lot of work to do. In fact, I never came on the time now, I wanted to come there. As a chief, he's got a role to play. See what's happening in Maldives. See what's happening in China, which is scary.
But after all what has happened, does his position not become untenable?
That's up to him. What
Because he took the very person he reports to the court.
No, he does entirely, no doubt in that, because I agree with the caller. I mean, ideal would have been a closed door meeting between him and the Raksha Mantri. Sort it out. No question in that. But probably he took it as an ego. Ego is a problem, and with the result, it went
Brigadier
beyond.
Dhillon, what happens now? Should the army chief, or can he continue or should he continue?
ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਬੜੀ ਸਿੱਧੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕਈ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ।
ਜੀ।
ਆਰਮੀ ਚੀਫ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰਕੇ ਰਿਜ਼ਾਈਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹਦੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਭਲੀ ਬੇਇੱਜ਼ਤੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਓਵਰ ਅ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਆਫ ਟਾਈਮ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਹੱਕ ਬਣਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਸਰਟੀਫਿਕੇਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਏਜ ਨੂੰ ਰੀਕਨਸਾਈਲ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ
So you feel he should resign?
Chuppa karke resign
Is this business as usual in the army headquarters now, or
He was fighting
He has
for
to go.
honor. Now, since he has lost the game, ideal will be leave the army, go home, let somebody else take over.
No, I don't agree. You take old precedent.
He
when-
has no moral courage now to face the troops because he was responsible to maintain the honor of the Jawans. A man who cannot maintain his own honor as chief of the army staff, what trust and confidence
no,
people
but,
can
but,
have
but
in him?
within the army headquarters, what happens now? The AG branch is now supposed to reconcile the records as per the MS branch, which means accept 1950 as the date of birth.
Nothing.
I would like to clear one aspect, sir, which you raised in between.
Ji.
Government has changed, withdrawn the order
Yes.
of 30th of December 2011.
11 now.
This order is rejecting the statutory complaint. But the order of June, July 2011,
Earlier orders remain.
those remain intact. Even Supreme Court has upheld those orders. They say justice has been done to him. No injustice has been done. So those orders remain. I was earlier also of the view that even if order of 30th December is withdrawn,
So
matter
two
will remain
separate
as it
dates
is.
of birth and records still remain.
Not
then?
at all. Matter
no,
remains. He will remain 10th of May 1950.
So that is accepted as the date of birth.
As the accepted date of birth.
See,
So which means that the AG branch will have to reconcile its records.
Yes, they will have to
certainly,
reconcile.
You know, as a
But there is no need of reconciling.
As a half colonel, I was in Delhi looking after peak commissioning institutions. And that time, the start point was the AG branch, then the MD branch and the MS branch. Start point was the AG's branch.
But General Randhawa, now can't it create a problem of sorts? When he retires, his pension papers will have one date of birth, his matriculation certificate has another date of birth, possibly his passport or his bank records will have another date of birth. So can this continue?
See, as far as pensionary benefits are concerned, it will have no effect at all, absolutely, because certain amount of service has been put in by him. According to that, he will get his pension. There is no problem at all. But the question is the bad taste which has been created, that's not acceptable.
Brigadier Dhillon, what is the lesson out of all this?
The lesson out of all this is that the army needs to wake up. This country needs to look at these institutions with its greater care and not make a mockery out of the system. And at the end of it, now he will have to retire with his date of birth as 1950. He likes it or lumps it.
But what if he was to resign immediately? Then there is the confusion as to who should take over. The senior most army commander takes over.
Those are immaterial.
Should be the line of succession which was fixed
This line of
weeks
succession,
ago, months ago.
the line of succession and all that has been going on should actually be avoided. It doesn't matter. He can resign very gracefully today and let any army commander take over. After all, it is an institution that works on a system. One individual hardly makes a difference here.
General Randhawa, would you agree with Brigadier Dhillon?
I want to say one thing. We have been discussing only about the General Chief's part.
Yes.
But we are ignoring the part played by the Ministry of Defence,
Right.
which as per me has been most insensitive to the serious issue. This issue, as the caller asked, that boy is right when he asked this question. This could have been very easily sorted out in-house by the Defence Minister, Prime Minister, at the most President of India. Just have a meeting with him and either you convince him or he convinces you.
So that's another lesson of sorts as to how the records should be better maintained or can be better maintained by the AG and the MS branch.
This is a wake-up call to the Ministry of Defence. Put a system in place where aggrieved soldiers can get justice. As on date, I can assure you, there is no system for administration of justice in the Ministry of Defence. People have to go to the AFT and the High Court. That itself is a slap on the face of the government. They
Right.
must improve the system and they should use this as as an option now available to them, as an opportunity for improvement.
Very well said. Brigadier Dhillon, do you think there is need to, reiterate the ethos, the credo of the army, service before self?
You see, in Pakistan, their army is tough. We have become weak-kneed. And our generals, from the time they become brigadiers,
Surely we don't need the kind of army that
no, we
Pakistan
don't need
has,
that, but we
because
don't even need a
we have a
subservient lot of
democratic
people.
system here.
We don't even need subservient generals who can't even stand up for what is morally and ethically right. If he was born on 1951, he should have stood on it as a major general. He should have stood on it as a lieutenant general.
No, but we have to.
General Randhawa, before closing, tell me, suppose General V.K. Singh was to resign in the next couple of days. So what should the government do? How should they pick up the next chief?
No, there is a procedure laid down. See, we are sitting here, we are commenting on number of things, but I have had 3 tenures in Delhi. I know their system laid down. As per the system coming on to
So
your question,
since we are running out of time, the laid down system should be followed?
Follow the system. He's gone, he's gone. Next year will take over and he'll also retire. They'll follow that system.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us in the discussion. The controversy over the age of the army chief was best resolved, as the callers have said, within the army headquarters or perhaps by the Ministry of Defence. By dragging this personal matter to the Supreme Court, General V.K. Singh undermined the very ethos of the institution that he heads. Hopefully, the institution, that is the army, will move forward on more pressing issues of defence and security. That is all in Prime today. Good luck and goodbye.